So this is a video on how we bind or thread wrap the top of our tassels. And we used it for our tassel cord bracelet here. And this technique only really works if you're using the same color to bind the top of your tassel. If you're using a different color, then you need to use a different method. But if you're using the same color, we like to use this method because there's no glue, there's no knots, there's no needles. It just is when you're winding, you just sort of have to incorporate the edges of your thread wrap, and it just sort of works all together seamlessly. So to make a tassel, we're actually using our 0.4mm Chinese knotting cord, and we wrapped it around this piece of cardboard 20 times. We doubled our cardboard so that we could just slip a scissors in the middle here and cut the ends, and that just makes it a little bit easier. And our cardboard is 2 inches by 2 inches, but you can pretty much use whatever size you want. So now that we have our tassel, we're just going to use a jump ring to at the top to pull it together. So let's just open up our jump ring, hold on to it tight, and collect our tassel, and then close our jump ring. And now we're ready to do our bind. So you find the middle of your cord that you're going to wrap with. In this case, it's our bubble gum. And you want to put your loop there. And again, you're going to thread wrap toward the loop. And you're going to start. And you want to make sure, so the first tip is you want to make sure that your thread wrap here is longer than the longest tassel cord, so that, because you're going to be doing some pulling and tightening at the end, and you want to make sure you're pulling the thread wrap cord and not one of the tassel cords. So start with your bottom and just start wrapping, okay? And when we wrap tightly, and we also wrap so that our thread wraps lie next to each other, so that the second wrap does not wrap on top of the first wrap, it wraps next to, so that we sort of line up nice and neatly all of our thread wraps. Okay, so nothing overlaps, it's just I wrapped one, and then the second one went next to it, and the third one went next to it, and the fourth one went next to that. Okay, so we have a nice, neat thread wrap. Okay. Now, when you've done about 3 or 4 thread wraps, then you want to take this piece here, okay, and you want to fold it over so that it goes down this way. And you want to leave a little bit of loop because you're going to need to pull to tighten like you normally would on a thread wrap, okay? But this time, we're going to make sure that this end, instead of ending on that side or the opposite side, it ends down where the tassels are, okay? So now continue your thread wrap, and you're just going to thread wrap over the end that you just moved over. And again, thread wrap next to, or line up your thread wraps, don't wrap over. Okay, so line up your thread wraps and pull them tight. So when you're done, you just need to take this end and you want to pull it through like a normal thread wrap. Just like that. And then you want to pull on the end. You want to hold on to this. You want to pull on the end that closes this loop here. And you just want to keep pulling until you pull it directly underneath your thread wrap. So see how nice and neat that is? Okay, and then after you pop it under, then you want to pull this end nice and down. There you go. And then your thread wrap is done. It's nice and tight. And if you're using the same color, these two just blend into the rest of your tassel, and you just cut it whatever length you would like. Thanks for watching.